guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. So I'm going to show you guys a chess game that I played the other day. This was supposed to be a video, but because I'm an idiot, it wasn't recording and didn't end up being a video. So we'll take a look at the game. So he plays this. This is the ready. And if you're going to just give me the center, then I'm going to take it. And that's what I do. I can't play e5. But I can play c5, so that's what I go with. All right, get my knight out. He strikes the center, and obviously, right, you're playing this because you could take, do this, or take and do this and just get this beautiful knight. So I'm not going to do that. I'll just play here. He hits the pawn again, which is reasonable. But now I can play e5, right? So if I could get 2 pawns in the center, I want to get 2 pawns in the center. But having pushed this forward, I've given up the c4 square. And I'm conscious of that. All right. So I play this, just get my knight out. And this move actually, this does make a lot of sense. But I didn't want to walk into something like that. So that was the logic here. I defend my I don't want to go here because this is just, there's no prospects. Like, you're really solid. But if you jump in here, you're just threatening to take my bishop, and I don't really love it. So bishop to e7, castles, and he goes here, and now I just get the queen off the back rank. You know, I'm not trying to win in the next 3 moves. Develop my pieces. You know, I'm opposite this queen, so that's something that you've got to be conscious of. But I want to push this. I don't want to leave this guy hanging. So go ahead and activate that piece. And now I play this. And from here, I actually lose a little bit of advantage. They desperately want my bishop to go out here. But I want to put my bishop here, right? Or maybe here, which is ultimately what I do. Because I don't want this knight on this square. Because this is a good square. I can't do anything with it because I can't push this because of this guy. So, knight comes in, I play this. I mean, what are you going to do? I take it. He recaptures, and now I open the center. And this was not a good move. The best move, I guess, here is just pushing down the H-file, but I just take, man. Because now I can swing. I mean, look how unnatural this is. Undevelop the knight. I get it. You're probably looking for this. I don't know. Show idea Luft. Okay, yeah. Well, anyway, they're probably wanting you to come back so you can push. I don't want to do that. I'm just going to get control of the center of the board. Double the rooks, you know. And now the knight comes in, hitting the pawn. And I thought I had a good idea here. But after this, I've got to come back. And now that lets him come in. And now I've just wasted a whole bunch of time. So I come back. They want me to just take it, but I'm not going to just take it and lose my queen, right? So I kick him out. Nothing really has changed too much about the position. But I am keeping an eye on this guy here. So, you know, something like this and this just loses this guy here. So I'm stopping the advance of this. I'm keeping some pressure on your weakness. And, you know, maybe this queen could do something here. I don't know, but I felt like I was getting more out of my knight here than I was where it was at. So I play this, and this is kind of bad because I've let the knight come in here. So I come back, and I'm thinking, you know, about this because I could, you know, I'm defending that, right? So, and that's what I do. Takes, and I screw up. And he's got an advantage here. But I recapture. He comes over. I step to the side. And now I play that. And now I'm threatening to take the pawn. And restart the whole shebang over. I should really look at that better. But yeah, anyway, so he plays this, and this is a blunder. Because you go here, and you can only defend these twice because your rook can't drop back. So he goes there, I take, and obviously you can't take my rook, or I'm going to take your queen. So he plays that, preserving the queens, but now you're just down a clean bishop. He takes the bishop, sacrificing the exchange. I recapture. He plays that, and I felt like, I could end up in a position where I end up in a perpetual. Maybe something like this takes, and then you get some kind of weird perpetual. But when he played that, it was over. It's actually mate and 4, but I come here and the game's over, right? I actually played this position like, I don't know if you guys see that pop up. No, I actually played this position like 1,000 times because it was interesting playing against the computer because the line was like takes, and then the bishop does something, you win this, and then it's not so simple to win these 2 pawns and promote. So it was really an interesting thing. So anyway, that was the last game. It was supposed to be a video, but didn't turn out that way. Let's jump in here. We'll play another one really quick and see if we can get a win. We'd like to get back over 1,500. Oof. A loss here would be, what was that, Egypt? Yemen. Let's just abort that game. I don't like playing people so much lower rated than me, because if I lose such a crushing amount of elo. All right. And we've transposed to some kind of... I could do this and like play it Grunfeld style. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Do that. We'll do this kind of Grunfeld style. I'm not sure what that is. Obviously, I can't play this. I'm kind of thinking about long castles here. If he took, I could play check. And then pick that up, right? He's got that. Is that scary? Not really. That pressures that and that. He's walled in this bishop, and the queen can't come down to form that battery that he'd like to form to get rid of my bishop. I'm going to play this And now that's serious pressure on that pawn. Because if I take, yeah, no, that wins a pawn. So you got to do something. All right. So takes. I have that. Like, I could play this, and he has that move. But then I could play this, but then he could go here. He does have that, but then I have this check. And he could play that, but then I think you can take. And if he takes here, then I have a discovered check. So that doesn't work. Now, when I take this, that's a discovery on the rook and on that. So that's hit, and so is the rook. So this, I think, is what I have to play here. I could play that, but then takes, and the queen comes in. So I think I have to play this. I can't take that. That just takes. Queen takes. And then I'm in all kinds of trouble. I don't see a lot of point in that. I think just go here, right? Could play here. And now I think you just come back, right? And I'm just up an exchange. Like, I'm still going to have to sort some stuff out. But that is hanging now. And I could still grab the center. So is there anything wrong with just grabbing the center here? I mean, I feel like that's a decent move. If I go here, this move feels right. I also kind of like that. So obviously what he wants is to castle and put pressure on that file. And this is in a pin. So, I mean, you know, is there anything wrong with just castling? Or maybe you just go here and keep your options open. I don't like that fucking bishop x-raying my queen. And I think I'm going to go here. But that gives that away, doesn't it? Yeah, then he gets this. My pieces are kind of tied in knots here a little bit. It's got to be said. I want to play that. That's defended. I need to get that knight out, but then I'm developed. And he wants to pawn... Oops. I push, he takes. I push, he takes. I take that. He takes with check. I step over. He captures. I got that, but then he steps up and defends, so that's not going to work. Also, I have that, and then maybe this. If I do that, he could just take it. I'm going to play that. Keep that bishop on that diagonal. And maybe the queen could squeeze in like this. going to try to reroute this knight. Like this. I have all my pieces developed now. It's not beautiful development, but they are developed. Maybe I could find a home for this guy here. So like if he pushed, something like that. Because takes, that's bad. I don't have anything undefended. Everything of mine is currently defended. So here now, right? If he pushed here, I could start forcing some stuff open. Here, he takes, I come in, but that undefends that. I'm not really that worried if he played that. I'm not really. Here, takes here, that's undefended. Also have this. That's defended by that guy. But my knight's in a better position, so. Mm-hmm. is probably what I would play here. Here. Just keep an eye on this guy here. But I might. What's the idea of that? To add defense to that. So here, that hangs that, doesn't it? Brown, stop. Here, 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 here. If I took that and he captures, I would take that. He hits me here and I grab that. That's the game right there. Yeah, I had that tactic. I just couldn't. I was in time trouble and couldn't find it. Oh, bam! Fuck. Man, I am shit in the bed here. I just got to get. I have to get better at my time management. I have to. He can't sack there. And that's hanging. If he goes there, I'm going to play that, and then I'm going to fry your ass on the second rank. Well, if I'd have had more time. There's also this. Well, actually, if he came back... that don't work. Well, this guy's thinking this over, ain't he? What we want, ultimately, is to force his pieces to become passive. So that's a win. So now we're threatening his bishop and the pawn behind it. He could save it like this. But again, that's passive. And then maybe you start thinking about stuff like that. That loses the game, I'm pretty sure. Because I can go here and hide. It could end up in a draw because I don't have that square to run to. We'll see. If he goes here, I've got that check. Then he could step to here. So I'm definitely going to take that. I don't have this square, or that square. If he goes there, I think, again, we're going to hit him with this and skewer this shit. But this passed pawn, if he trades rooks, I think that these two pieces are not enough to stop a rook and a passer. I think. Here. Play this. I'm hitting all of this stuff. How does he defend it? Probably like that. But if I play here and he goes there, then I could get behind that pawn. You don't have... You have this entry square here, but it costs you a knight to take it. But we're starting to get into my game now, which is time trouble. So... he goes here, defends that, I push, he steps over, I push, takes, 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 takes. I don't like that. I also have this just hitting everything back here. And there's no way, well, if he goes here, he can defend that, but that's the only way to do it. You can't play that because this rook, so nice. Listen, it wasn't pretty, but we won. We won. God, that was an ugly game. I got into so much damn time trouble. Yeah. I let my pieces get disorganized. But see, here he's letting me get active on the back rank. Yeah, and I mean, what are you going to do from here? Show follow-up. I don't know what the follow-up is. But, you know, I mean, I was in so much time trouble back here. I had like 5 seconds or 8 seconds or... Yeah, here, I played that with 2 seconds left. You know, I mean, I'm not exactly killing it here. And I seen this pawn push, and I knew that was trouble. I don't know how the hell I survived that. Anyway, we did. So, if y'all like that, like, comment, subscribe, all the things, and I will see you all in the next video. Later, guys.